Get you guys on standings here. We've got Henry in the lead with 26 points, with Lem and second with 22 points, and then Riles in third with 18. You go to constructors, and we see Racing Bulls is in first place with 61, followed by Williams and Kick 26, and two teams still yet to score points, being Ferrari and Aston Martin. But let's go ahead and see some qualifying here. As my controller is dead, which is not ideal. While I go grab some batteries. Right. Henry starts with opening lap. What's up, MJW? Opening lap, benchmark set at 132.4 in the rain. So I was not able to see if we were going to have what we were going to have for weather. But hopefully it's not too wet in the race. Actually, I hope it is, because that could lead to some interesting chaos as Ryan gets his first race in Tier 3. Previously a Tier 1 driver. He does have a Tier 1 win in Can-Am history. Then a Tier 2 driver, and now a Tier 3 driver. So easily could be said that things are going backward for him, as he is currently 4.5 seconds off the pace that Henry set already. Henry's teammate, Flyer DJ, comes down to the final two turns. A little wiggle there. No reserves needed this week, huh, MJW? As Lem goes P3. We do see DJ go P10 just behind Ryan there, just barely. Cabrito goes off track here. Is he getting out of the way of somebody? Just going into the pits, all right. So Bala might be the only one on a flying lap here. How's the balance of the audio sound comparing the game volume to my mic, Mr. Wood? And this track is tricky enough already with without rain, because to go quickly you really have to push the limits, as he sets the fastest sector 2 time. It's already tricky enough because there's a lot of places you can really push the car in some of these corners to get a good lap, but easy to get off tracks when you're going quickly for some of these corners. See what Bala sets here as he looks to be up and have a very competitive time here, as he does go provisional pole. not friends with Buzz T. I thought I was. Nope. He probably should have gone to the pits there. He's 5 seconds down on his time. He finished the lap anyways. Maybe he's going to do 2 laps here. Let's see if not a boss. Is he starting a hot lap? Yeah, I believe so. Still several here that have not yet to set a lap. Caden being one as he starts his hot lap. We'll stick with him. Both Mercedes yet to set a lap here. Followed by Cabrito, Flower Boy, Blue Knight, and Red Panda. So we'll see what they do here. Maybe it's supposed to be dry at the end of the session, so they're not even wasting their time. As I do still see rain landing, so I wouldn't bet on a dry track. See what kind of time he has. Sector 1. 32.1. Fastest first sector. We've seen a few fast sectors here in a row, so possibly maybe it's starting to rain a little bit less and the track is starting to dry a bit. I don't see any rain here in this portion of the track. Oh, there it is. Yeah, never mind. Usually a corner there that you take flat, but you just cannot do it in the rain. Maybe the slightest of lifts. You see the dry line here. Good job getting out of the way there by that Alpine, I believe. I don't think this is going to be the fastest time, but it should be competitive. This Caden does go P10 here. So definitely some places to slid a little bit that he can improve on. Let's see what 7 does here. Here's teammate. Good lines through here. A little bit better through there than his teammate did. Definitely about a second quicker through that corner. Since that's a purple sector there. That full track control coming in nicely there. Getting on that throttle early. Probably should have gone down to 3rd gear here. This is going to be a very competitive time. As he does go P2. So I believe he got 2nd place in our race last week. As you see, Cabrito put together a lap here. It's a Cabrito and a Carrero. Carrero Rocher. Were definitely our back markers last week. They kept it clean after a questionable week 1. But last week was not the best race that they could have had. So let's see if they can be a little bit more competitive this week on a bit shorter of a track. As Boss takes provisional P1 on his 4th lap. So he just stayed out there on those inters with high fuel. And lap number 4 got provisional P1, which is kind of the strategy you can do here. See what the track feels like. Get multiple laps in instead of doing 1 lap pitting, 1 lap pitting. I kind of like that idea, actually. Ooh, that probably is a validation. No one wants to lift it. Ooh, so he goes into the water. Trying to cool down his tires, maybe. Oh, braking late. Oh. As the Williams comes up on him, they're both on hot laps, so he is not required to give up space there. That's just bad timing by the Williams. Could potentially see an incident report there from the Aston Martin for the Williams hitting him there, because you can't really impede when you're on your hot lap going as quickly as you can. So that was Lem there that did that. I would not be surprised to see Lem get some type of penalty, whether it's just a penalty point, more than likely, not so much a race time penalty. But Cabrito does go P16. I believe it was a couple of seasons ago. Tier 2 raced at Hungary. And we had a dry quali. I got pole, one of my, I think, 5 poles from that season. And I was hoping to get my first win here because I was really quick at Hungary that season. Only to see rain in the race, which was definitely not good for me. And I plummeted down the order rather quickly. Let's stick with Flower Boy here. Quite the masculine name. And see what he rolls out for his first lap. Definitely took his time to get out there. I don't know if he was maybe waiting to see what would happen or save his interest for the race maybe. But taking his time. A little bit of a slide here, late on the power. He's going to need a lap. He's going to need to go around quickly, pit, and try for one more lap. Good exit there. Not any slides. As he goes up to 19. Lenny's 5 seconds down. Okay. Boss is 3/10 up on his own time. We'll stick with him here. Through sector 1. As he enters the flat-out left-hander into the almost flat-out right-hander in dry conditions. Definitely not the case here. Down to third gear, one would imagine. Yep. Back down to third here. Let your car drift through there. Don't get on the throttle too early. As Bala goes, takes about half a second off of the pole time. Boss is going to have a response immediately, though. He does improve his time, but not by enough. Oh, Boss was no longer on pole. Okay. Anyways, moves up to P4. See where Henry's at here. Henry on a flyer here. Ooh, not the line he would have wanted there as he slides a little bit into the wet portion of the track. Really staying on the throttle here, and he's going to back out and reset for another lap. It's probably wise. Trey moves up to P6 on that most recent lap. Let's see what Druid has here. Again, on the throttle a little bit early, carrying his car out too wide because you want to be on the left side of the track there so you can gun it onto the right-hand turn. There is caution in Sector 2. I don't see anything though. All the cars seem to be moving. Down to third. Let's see what how he handles the chicane here in the wet weather. Nicely through the chicane. Onto the power quickly. Very nicely done. As we see, the RB is patiently waiting his turn, not trying to impede anybody. Such good manners out of these guys, I tell you. Really pushing it to the limits here. Love that chrome livery on the McLaren that they added. I wish they would add more liveries to the game for all these teams. Like, any livery that the team has done in the past like 2 or 3 years, just throw it in there. It might not be like season accurate, but every other EA game has multiple kits for FIFA or uniforms for Madden as Druid moves up to P7. It just doesn't make sense to only allow one livery. And we have another kick go across, and Flyer DJ moves up to P14 with a 133.4. So I mean, we're seeing 13, 14, 15 seconds off in dry pace here. So if there is mixed conditions in the race, or possibly in or a wet race, it'll be interesting to see how everyone adapts to the conditions. As Ryan's about to finish up his hot lap here, coming across at a respectable time. He's at 1:30 as he enters the main straight, and he improves to P5. Or no, he did not improve his time, so still in P5, 2 seconds down. His previous lap. Seeing me several putting in another lap here, which will probably be their last, or they're on their out lap as they about to put out the final lap. Looks like we have a Mercedes, the 7 just crossed the line to go up to P2. Very good time for him as Caden gets a 5-place grid penalty for a collision with Verstappen. Oh, I did not see it. Verstappen appears to be on his final hot lap too, so likely not going to get an opportunity to improve his time. Let's see if as he crosses sector 1 here, what his time looks like. He's still pushing, but is he pushing? Yeah, 6/10 up. So is he pushing just to be able to set another lap? That's what I would do if I were him. Reset and try to set another lap, as Druid is up 2/10 on his most recent time as he enters the final corner. So he's being followed by 3 cars directly behind him. as Druid does improve to P8. We're going to have a kick coming, as he does improve to P12, followed by, is that a Williams, who did not improve this time? Let's see. We got some RPs. No. On his out lap. Okay, is Lem going to start another lap here? He does have full battery, so he should be able to get one more lap in if he has the fuel. Several cars coming around for their last lap here, so we will follow and see what happens here in the final 1 minute of qualifying. Currently, Bala holds the provisional pole with a minute and 30.3 seconds. That's not about, it's already invalidated after one corner. Trying to find this car. Oh, that's it. Let's see. Flyer DJ 4/10 up. Okay, here we go. Zizzer is up almost a second on his time through Sector 2 as he crosses the finish line. He does improve to P9, followed by an Aston Martin. He moves up to P12 in Acario. Cabrito coming around just through Sector 1. Did not invalidate there. I thought for sure he had. As Druid improves to P8, several coming across the line now. See what Henry has here. No, nothing. Lem invalidates. Looks like Boss is going to have time to set another lap. Just barely. What's that? Alpine. Oh, here we go. Ryan, 3/10 through Sector 2 down. Let's see if he had a mighty Sector 3 to improve. As he does not improve his time. Even with the fast Sector 3, he still stays at P5. All right, several coming across now. As Icy does not improve, the Mercedes does. Not a bot gets a 5-place grid penalty for colliding with Bala. Is he the one who already had a grid penalty? No, it's Caden. So there's going to be several suffering from a 5-place grid penalty here. So we have a Haas coming across the line here. Oh, he's already got his grid penalty, so we don't have to worry about him. Zizzer going into the pits as well. Trey goes from P13 up to 12, so improves one position. Going to pits. Several going into the pits here. Quali should be ending any second. They should be done. Everyone's done. Okay, so Bala does get P1 in quali. That was hectic trying to find everybody who was out on laps there, as pretty much every car was on the track. So our starting grid will be Bala, 7, Henry, Lem, and Ryan for our top 5. In the top 10, we have 2 RBs. I believe that's the only team that has 2 top 10. No, I take that back. Williams and RB both have 2 drivers in the top 10. Red Bull, Mercedes, Pick, Ferrari, and Alpine each have 1, with a pretty good spread among the teams throughout quality today. So I'm interested to see what the weather looks like for our race today. I have no idea if we're supposed to have rain in the race or not. Let me get this here. Good. Another quick reminder of what our driver standings look like. So we have quite a few drivers from 13th down. All have not scored points yet. So look for these guys throughout the race today. Caden, Flyer DJ, Blue Knight, Icy, Fireboy, Cabrito, Acario, and Ryan are all racing today. So potential for them to get their first points, some championship battles. I mean, there's no real big spread here. Lem outperforms Henry pretty much most positions, unless he's finishing like 6th or lower. He only needs to outperform Henry by like 2 positions to maybe tie it up here. Every point scorer so far this year is very close to overtaking somebody, with the exception of maybe Buzz T and Dotabot being 6 points behind Trey. So a lot of opportunity here for guys to move themselves up the standings, as well as in constructors. It's a very tight battle. Williams with a win or 2 really good finishers could overtake Racing Bulls, as they do both have 2 drivers in the top 10 to start the race today. Kick could do the same to Williams. Alpine only 7 points behind them. Mercedes and McLaren and Red Bull all right on the tail of Alpine. So a lot of teams fighting for position here early in the season in the constructor standings. So it'll be interesting to see how this race pans off, as again someone readies up too quickly and we go to the formation lap. People need to remember, if you are watching back this race, you need to give time to the drivers to set up their strategies. Once you are done, you cannot ready up, as we do have a wet race to start today. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully people are able to keep it pretty clean. But yeah, you need to wait a good 3 minutes easily before you ready up, because people need to have time to set up their strategies and set their fuel and things like that. It will result in a penalty if we can figure out who it was. So hopefully one of the driver's streams are able to see who readied up first, because it can really ruin someone's race when your fuel is way over, especially in a wet race. You're not going to be using or you might be using a little bit more fuel or less depending on how you drive. But yeah, you need to be able to set those strategies. And if you need to make changes to your wing from quali, if you were running a little bit higher downforce for quali or lower downforce, you need to be able to make those changes. All right, let's go ahead and get our stuff set up here. Everyone should be starting on inters, you would imagine. Yes. All right. No one has any laps on those. I'll put position change on here. Turn that off. Very hard break into turn 1. Again, very difficult track to pass at. If you watched the F1 race this week, you know that. We did see some action turn 1. Lando Norris tried to make a move on Oscar Piastri, and you can kind of see what happens. It kind of can put you out, and people can take advantage of that. So it's possible here that we do see some guys kind of shuffling in turn 1, and I would not be shocked at all to see maybe some fireworks here turn. Final car is coming up to the grid here. All right, here we go. 3, 4, 5 red lights. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys. As the RB and Williams hits a good start, Mercedes really slow off the line. Go on board here with this RB. Mercedes 7 starting on pole or second, maybe. It's already back to 4th, 5th place, possibly 6th, as the Mercedes and the RB do collide. Oh, not ideal. We have 7 dropping. Ironically, 7 positions in Nanobot going up 7 more, as 7 continues to slide. The rain not doing good things for him, as he has dropped from 2nd place all the way down to 14th, as we've seen Aston Martin go off the track. Henry has moved up 2 positions, and so has Lemma. Bala has dropped down to 3rd place on the opening lap. Quite a bit of movement here, as we see multiple drivers losing multiple positions. Only 3 drivers in the same position from where they started the race. Henry and Lem are 2 front drivers for the driver standings, currently in the lead, followed closely by Bala, as they already have a 1.2 second gap on P4. It does appear we're going to have rain all race, so we will not have mixed conditions, more than likely. No crossover period to dry tires, as it appears no one has really fallen too far back. No one's dropped off the pack to the point where they've had a huge spin. Flower Boy only being 1.5 seconds off of Icy P19. Quickly though, the standings have changed as 7 starts to climb up the field. We'll actually follow him as he tries to fight back into the points. You know, he's got pace, so falling back to 14th place on lap 1. Let's see how he fights back as the race continues. Trey having to pit on lap 1 for some wing damage more than likely, as he does fall to 20th place. Yep, replacing that front wing. The key here is just going to be being smart with your tires, being smart with your pit stops, trying not to get stuck in DRS trains, because like we all know, it's very difficult to pass. If you can have a clean race where you do not get penalties for off tracks, it could really move you up the line, because this should be a pretty bunched race today. The short track and a lot of turns, there's just not a lot of opportunities for to really pull away too much. S7 looks to be making a move on the inside here of the Alpine. And he does make it. Alpine does not fight too hard. No 7's a fast car. He's not going to try to push too hard. Possible track control. All right, he's got about a second. Let's see. Two Haas drivers should play nicely together today. Ooh, has he paused? Looks like he's ghosted. Don't like that. We do see possibly Druid here making a move on Blue Knight, lining something up. As we do see Mini C as pit, probably for also a broken wing, going to drop back in the order quite a bit. Man, I hate the rain. Fun for real races. I hate it. 25 and 24, and I hated it in 23. Okay, possibly not making it here. Let's follow the leaders here. As we have 3 cars fighting for the lead here. Henry is going to be battling for everything he has, because if Lem gets P2 with Henry in P1, he will lose the leader in the driver standings for the inaugural season of T3. Lem is getting ever closer, only 2/10 down after a little bit of a shaky turn there. Bala thought about it. Good race for the RBs. 2 in the top 5 is going to be huge for them in the constructor standings. We do see Ferrari and an Alpine and a McLaren have fallen quite a bit off the pack now. They'll be hoping for a safety car to draw them back in. No real shot for them otherwise to score points today. Again, people seem to be racing pretty respectfully, not making too many egregious moves here. As Druid makes a move on Blue Knight, we saw that coming eventually. He was creeping up on him, but he's got a 4-second gap now to try to move up and catch Ryan. So clean air, see if he has the pace to catch Ryan. Ryan in his first race at 2-3 in 5th place, as Caden appears possibly making a move here on Fire DJ soon. Only a half-second down. A little wide into the grass. The commentator's curse there. You go on board and the first thing you see is an off track. That's going to drop him back over in a second. Let's see who else is close. It looks like Nadabot is getting close to Blue Knight here. We'll tune in with him. The Haas. Haas driver still racing very respectfully. Again, it still looks like to me that Buzz T is ghosted. I think he is. Did no one ever invite him into this session? There's no way his AI would be going that quickly as he starts to make a move on his teammate here. And Buzz T, is he going to get the move done? He's going to think better of it. Don't go into it too wide with your teammate. And he is ghosted. What is going on? Red Panda goes into the pits. Let's see, is it for wing damage? Oh, we missed it. We're just gonna watch the guys in the pits, I suppose. It must have been. 7 getting close to P8 here as he made the move on Buzz T. Was able to ghost through him. Hopefully he didn't, because we do frown upon that in Can-Am. If a car is ghosted, you ought to still pass them in a racing manner. You don't want to take advantage of game things. As Henry's pulled about a second gap away from Lem now. Bala's still right on the tail, and Boss has closed in as well to only be 6/10 down on P3. We'll tune in with that fight here after I believe 7's going to get past Nadabot here. On his first stint, 5 laps in, he's already made up 5 positions, so he's making very good work after that initial awful lap. He had a really bad start, slow off of the lights, and was really struggling off the start, losing 12 positions. As we do see, who is that? Ryan pitting. Is it for wing damage or just to put on new tires? He's putting on hards. Is the track dry? Has it stopped raining? Oh, we're starting to see a lot of cars pits. The track must be drying. I don't see rain anymore. So let's see. So Ryan was P5. Let's see where he came out. P13. So we'll see what these other cars do. They should be pitting quickly. See if Ryan sets a quick lap here. I'm going to follow Ryan here to see what kind of times he's putting up. I imagine we should see everybody coming into the pits now. Let's see if that pays off for him. He was P5, about 2 seconds ahead of Druid when he pit, and I believe a few seconds behind Boss at the time. And we do see Lem pit as well, so will this going on to hards pay off for Lem? And when Henry goes in, is Lem going to be ahead? So we're actually going to follow Lem. He should come across first and see if he is able to beat Henry out. That would be huge for him if that's the case. As Henry, Bala, and Boss do go into the pits, Druid stays out. Actually sets the fastest lap of the race in those inters at 1:31.2. But I don't think that that was the right call. He probably should have gone in there, as the track does be appearing to dry. Fortunate. I was going to hop in their voice call and tell them to pit, but alas, they're not. All right, let's see. Henry did come out ahead of Lem, so by a little bit still, so maybe not quite the time to go in yet. Let's see if these top 3, where did they come out? Because a little bit of sliding there. Lem does pick up a penalty, so the hards maybe a lap early on coming in. And Ryan has fallen back a bit. Oh, we'll see when Druid pits, actually. We can't know for sure yet. Only a few drivers still on the inters, which the track looks dry to me. I mean, these guys are doing fine. So these guys that are still on the inters, it's going to bite them if they do not pit soon. Let's see if he does here. Hopefully he is going in. Yeah, he's going to be a good bit behind now, I would imagine, compared to Ryan. Let's see where he comes out. As Ryan is coming onto the straight. Yes, Lem shattering the fastest lap by 2 seconds. Ryan should overtake Druid here pretty easily. Yeah, Druid's not even out yet. Interval stayed about 2 seconds still, so honestly not that bad. Oh, but he went back on to inters and his race is over. He went on to inters. You cannot have that. Druid just absolutely race destroyed, as he's going to need to pit again to throw those hards on. Oof. Tough. Bala has overtaken Verstappen, or Lem Verstappen, in P3, and with that 3-second time penalty, he would still be in third place if the race ended right now. However, it's going to be difficult for him to beat the two drivers in front of him who do not have time penalty, as Lem goes off the track yet again. We see Caden in P11 looking to make a move on the Alpine. He goes to the inside. A little bit of contact there, it appears, as he does fall back a little bit here from Zizzer, now down a second. 2 positions behind the Red Bull, catching up to Liar DJ in the pit. As Druid continues to fall further and further behind the red RB in front of him. As he does go into the pits again to put on those, oh, you hate to see it, put on those hards. That's going to plummet him down the order, probably to around 16th or 17th place, one would imagine. He'll come out behind this Red Bull here in the McLaren will. So from fighting for 5th place to dropping to 13th because stayed out maybe a little bit too long on the inters, and then by accidentally putting the inters on again for a second lap. I have had things like that happen to me too many times. I know the pain. This is our closest battle on the track right now. Icy is hunting down DJ. DJ dipped on mediums. 100%, he's the only driver to do so. He's going to have to do 2 stops. You absolutely cannot do 26, 27 laps is what he'd have to do. Yeah, you cannot do 27, 28 laps in these mediums. I was finding maybe 10 or 11 was about what I felt comfortable with. So we'll see if the Red Bull, as this wears on, if he can overtake him. Red Panda on softs, he's definitely going to be going for a 2-stop, maybe hoping for a safety car. There's a lot of runoff on this track. It's going to be kind of difficult for that to happen. So yeah, we're starting to see past this lap set now with these slicks really coming into their own. Harn's warming up. You're going to see some fast laps pumping. We got Bala only 4 tenths away from the leader, so we're going to follow that now to see if we can get a battle for the lead. As Henry is harvesting his battery. Probably not what I would do, as DRS has been activated. You got a guy right on your tail. Does he not have any? He's got about 20%. It's going to be tight here. We might have an overtake from Bala as we enter one of these straights here. Only 2 DRS sections on this track, and they're both in the first sector. The second one, not really going to do anything for you as far as overtaking goes, unless you're crazy aggressive. As he's going to maybe make the move into turn 1. He's going to hurt the exit. It's not turn 1. Coming out of the hairpin into our final turn of the lap. He's going to have an opportunity here with DRS. We're going to go on board for this. Takes a good exit. The kick is taking the inside line. Oh, that's a very late dive. Very late. Yeah, I didn't think that. Oh, he keeps on track. Yeah, but the up and under. That was an aggressive move for the lead. I mean, that was a late lunge and a half. If the kick didn't see it coming, it would have easily been a collision because he just pulled in from a mile back. Man, that's dangerous. All right, let's see what we got here. So RB is still running 2 in the top 5. 7 gonna lose some points here to Henry if things were to end the way they are now. He has climbed up from P14 to 6th place, so good for him. 7 seconds down, almost 8 seconds down from P5, but he can still get some good points out of this, as Ryan does have a time penalty. Caden with his grid penalty. And now Henry picks up 3 seconds, so the Red Bull does not even have to push too hard with that off track giving him an open door into first place. So now that opens up the door for Lem as well to race Henry, with them both having 3-second time penalties, being able to contend for P2. Bala just has to keep it clean, stay within 3 seconds of these guys, and he wins the race, which would be huge for him. Again, let's check back in on the driver's standings. Oh, I can't see it anymore. Never mind. And not about picks up a penalty. So we have several 3-second penalties on the track. Panda still on 6-lap-old softs, and Acario still running on 3-lap-old inters. Some bold strategies out there today, I will say. Flyer DJ probably still has some laps in him to be able to fight. Druid having to pit again still has a chance at points. I mean, he's only 0.3 of a second off of 12th place. He's going to have to pit, and he has fresher tires than 11th place. So he's going to have an opportunity here, as he does set the fastest sector 1. He's going to have an opportunity here to get points despite running in 6th place with a good chance at a podium with the cars in front of him having penalties. We'll see what he does here, as he's getting very close to the kick. Keep it clean, don't break your wing. He should have an easy overtake, as Bala sets the fastest lap at a 1:21.1 from the lead, as he's pulled almost a 2-second gap to Henry now, as Lem is only 0.4 down on the kick driver. Let's see here. We'll go to, oops. You're not making the pass here. Just get a good entrance into turn 1 and a good exit. Should be a good chance for an overtake here as he opens DRS and makes an easy pass down the straight. Really, the only way I want to pass a Hungary is by getting a good exit like that, because it's just the corners are too tight, too easy for contact, and just too risky. Let's see what else we have here. Boss is closing in on Ryan, as Ryan actually must have recently passed Boss because he was running in 5th place. So a little bit of team battling there. And Henry has been passed by Lem now as well. I don't see any damage on Henry's wing. I wonder if just once the track dried up, if that was the advantage he had. Maybe he ran a very high downforce setup, and it's starting to bite him a little bit. Well, everyone runs a high downforce setup at Hungary. What am I talking about? Oh, as we do see an Alpine parked. Not that one. Oh, Williams. Williams was sitting stationary for a second on track as his wing is gone. Oh, no safety car out. It must have been off track where it happened. So Panda is going to have to pit, and this is just after he put on his new soft tire, or took off his soft tires. So he just pit only a moment ago, and now he's pretty much done as he weaves back and forth on the track, hitting the Aston Martin. I understand you don't have a lot of downforce, but not things to see as Druid sets the fastest lap yet again, moving up to 12th place. Only 0.7 down on Zizzer now, as Zizzer and Icy are fighting back and forth here, allowing for McLaren to climb back into contention. Got a little 3-way fight here. Let's see what happens. Why should I go to like helicopter camera like you can in iRacing? The McLaren getting a good run on the Alpine. As of now, the Alpine Zizzer is also going to have DRS, so he's going to kind of want to hope. Oh, as Druid goes into the wall. What happened? Oh, what an unfortunate race for Druid, as he first goes a little long on those inner tires, pits, and puts the inners back on, is making places back off the fight for points just to get damage there. I don't know if there was contact. I was looking at the timing screen at the time of the contact, but he is going to have to pit yet again which is going to drop him back down to 17th-ish place, somewhere around there. Bad race for my boys in the papaya. Not a good day, but that's what this tier is about. It's about learning. I don't even know if that was his fault, but we'll have to see what happens. But Icy is still fighting, trying to catch Caden now, as he has a bit of a gap back to the Alpine Zizzer. Zizzer's appeared to fall back about 2.5 seconds, so I'm guessing there was contact between Caden and Zizzer. But what this does allow is Icy to fight to claw back into 9th place. It's going to be unlikely that he catches Buzz T, who is about 12 seconds ahead of him right now. But with penalties, you never know what might happen. No one has more than 3 seconds right now, which a lot of the gaps are 3+ seconds, so that might not affect too many people. Right now, the only people that's going to affect are Ryan, Caden, and Blue Knight. Everyone else who has that 3-second penalty is over 3 seconds ahead of the car behind them, so not too much to worry about right now. Let's see. Trey is our closest battle right now in P15, catching the Alpine of Mini C. Last time we saw McLaren and Alpine do battle, it resulted in carnage. Let's see if it goes a little bit better this time around. As Ryan picks up another 3-second penalty, now that is certainly going to affect him. 6 seconds will drop him down to 6th place if he does not start to build a gap with the cars behind. Let's see if McLaren here gets a little bit of a run. I believe he's too far back this time. 7/10 is not going to get the job done, but it should help pull him closer to the Alpine behind. And that's exactly what happens as the gap cuts down to, not that much actually. And I woke up my daughter. Fantastic. Let's see if she falls back asleep. We're gonna cut ASMR until she stops crying. We had a caution from the kick here, but I don't see any damage, so it must have just been a little bit of a spin. As Trey is much closer now, as we enter the second to last turn here of the lap. But he has lost time yet again. So he's down to 7/10 again here. We need a really good run and a lot of battery dump in order to make a move here. But I don't see it happening as he's even further out. 9/10, got a bad exit on that. And man, Mini C must be running low downforce to stay that far ahead without DRS. So maybe that's what's holding Trey up, is he's running higher downforce, so he's able to get close. As again, we see him get nice and close here throughout the turns, but they just cannot get it past them. As Drew does get by Cabrito after putting on a new wing. But what tires did he throw on? He might have had a chance to throw on mediums. Again, I wouldn't recommend. He did throw on hards. The mediums just cannot last. Let's see here. Lem is getting close to Bala. Still, he needs to try to apply some pressure, get Bala to get a 3-second penalty so that he has a chance to win this race. Currently, Lem would close the gap to Henry for the Drivers' Championship as he was down by, I believe, 6 points. But with only a 3-point difference in the current results of the race, with Lem would be getting 18 and Henry getting 15. We just close that gap and they'll pass it. Oh, people are really pushing it as Lem does pick up another 3-second penalty. I was thinking that might be track limits there. So now that opens the gap for Henry to extend his lead. As Henry, I believe, only has 3-second penalties. 17 laps to go, race only being halfway over, still anything can happen. Still no safety car. No safety car last week at Spa. No safety car so far this week at Hungary. A lot of drivers could really use one just to try to make this somewhat closer of a race, as several of these guys have gaps of 10 plus seconds. I have a 6-second gap from 6 to 7, 11-second gap to 8, 14 to 15 is a 15-second gap. So a lot of these guys don't have any hope of points today for their constructor standings. Of course, even if you're having a bad race, always do finish it, because we do combine the points. As the car ahead appears to be going slowly, that's a lap car. I believe that's going to be our first lap car of the day. We might be well over. Aston Martins. Okay, so that's the Astons here. So we have several cars lapped already, as the Aston Martins are getting lapped now, and the next car to lap will be McLaren's ahead, which are a good 10 plus seconds ahead of these current cars, so they should have some clean racing. But Bala will pick up DRS here, which is going to help him in the battle against Verstappen. Let's see if he just goes right through him. He doesn't. He does what we ask, which is even when you have DRS, or I'm sorry, you have a ghosted car in front of you, we would prefer that you don't. Switches Lem, makes a move to the inside, and they do have contact. Lem going off track for that pass. He's going to have to hand that position back. Does not look like he's going to, but he eventually does, as that was a bold move. Again, both cars have DRS there. You are a ways back. I understand it, but you have 15 laps of racing left, and you have been able to stay close to him. Why risk your wing or spinning out? You got 10 seconds to the car behind you. I know he wants the win. He wants to pass him and pull away. I just don't know if it's worth risking. As Henry has pit for new mediums, we might end up seeing a second pit stop from a lot of these drivers. Henry has pit for new mediums, and so has Ryan. And Trey has pit yet again. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Tough race. I don't know if we're going to try to see anyone stretch this out to 25 laps in these hards. It can be done. It's going to be really close. And with the way these two guys are fighting, I don't think their hards can handle it. To put 15 more laps on here, you're going to have 19 laps in the hards. No way. No way. That'd be 29 laps? I don't know why I said 19. Lem does get the move done here. Appears. Oh, he has a little bit of a slide. And that exit is going to allow Bala to stay ahead more than likely. Yeah, Bala also gains the DRS on that. But Bala going deep into this turn. Oh, they are fighting back and forth. Jeez, these guys are just going at it. Really, the only battle we have on track right now is the battle for the lead. We do have Buzz T 8/10 behind Icy. But otherwise, we have quite a spread of the field. So these two guys are going to be where we're going to stick for a while, as no one else really appears to be making inroads. As quite a few drivers have picked up time penalties. It's going to make the standings shuffle a bit. Again, gaps are pretty large, so it's possible that they don't change too much as Lem goes off track again. These off tracks are going to end up killing him. He could fight for the lead, but right now I believe he has 6 seconds of penalties. And he's just going to want to keep that gap to boss. So if there's a safety car happens, there's going to be some of these drivers that are going to fly up the order. And as these tires get older and older, we're going to see it happening. Zizzer has gone in for another pit stop, so he's going to have some fresh hards to go the rest of the way. Ryan and Henry on mediums. It's going to be difficult for them to stretch that to the end, as Lem does go in the pits for new tires. We'll see if Bala tries the one stop here. It's possible with how difficult it is to overtake. Cars are going to be held up by each other, but with some of these gaps, the thing is they're going to be able to run in clean air for a large portion of the lap. And a lot of these guys are not going to run one stop. I just don't know if he can, as Ryan sets the fastest lap on those new mediums. So he's already coming up on Lem, who just pit. He's only 1.3 seconds behind. So just by shifting to those mediums, Ryan, who was running in P5, P4, has now caught up to the leaders. And he's going to have an opportunity here to fight for a win if those penalties aren't too bad. That's 6 seconds. A lot of guys have 6 seconds. So Bala, Boss, and Seven are really your top contenders right now for a podium without having those penalties. Lem, Henry, and Ryan have an opportunity, but just by going off track too many times, pushing the car a little bit further than it wants to get pushed. Oh, as we see contact between the Williams and the Haas, and Notabot goes off track. And luckily doesn't appear to pick up damage, but I would not be surprised to see a penalty for Lem there from that. It looks like he tried to shove himself in a place where he did not belong, going 3 wide. A car on old hards, if he had some level of patience, he probably would have been fine. But now, because of his impatience and his going back and forth on track, again attempting a late move in there, and again making contact. Did we see Ryan pick up damage there? I don't believe so. Luckily enough. But man, Lem is driving like a man who knows that the race leader is quite a bit ahead of him. And Bala pits, goes to P3 and is still 8 seconds ahead of Lem. So a gap that was half a second just a few minutes ago has dropped to 8 seconds because of the traffic that Lem got stuck behind. So unfortunate for him and the off tracks that he had. Unfortunate for him, not what he wanted to see. But I mean, when Henry's pit already as well. Seven could pit and probably be ahead of Lem if he were to do it now. And that's what he's doing right now. We'll go to Henry. We'll go to Seven. See where he comes out. He's not going to come, and he's not. He's going to fall back a little bit here. So those mediums did, once those guys got clean air, they were able to pull away. So that does promote Ryan back up into 4th place, granted on 4-lap older tires, and Bala is a second back, only on 3-lap newer tires than Henry. So Seven's going to have an opportunity to catch up to Boss. Probably not being, he's only 4 seconds behind. He will maybe have an opportunity. As we see a caution in turn 3 between, I believe that is a Haas and a Red Bull. No, further back. The Red Bull pits. Okay, so it looks like everyone made it through cleanly. Looks like everyone's on the lead lap again. Maybe slightly down. It looks like Flower Boy is just about to get past and get lapped. Oh, no. All right, Bala is caught up to Henry, 6/10 down. Does have 3-lap fresher tires. As he activates ERS, you can see that ERS dwindling as he's holding that button down. And it doesn't really help him too much. He does get within 4/10 here. Well, I believe it was already within 4/10 before they got to that corner. Again, Bala does not need to overtake if he wants to win this race. He can just sit behind Henry, who's got, I believe, 6 seconds of penalties, and just win this race. So I would not be risking anything. If I had a clear and obvious pass, I would take it to get clear air. But I'm not going to risk anything that's going to cause me any kind of damage to have to pit and drop several positions. As we do see Caden and Buzz T. Caden gets the overtake done. Oh, whoops. Ooh, but then he pits. Oh, that's all that happened. Caden just pit. Saw an overtake and cause that. Druid is climbing to 12th place. He's on 10-lap old hards. He's got to go 20 laps on these hards, which I think can be done. But I don't think he has much of an opportunity to pass the cars ahead. Granted, he's 2 seconds behind Caden. who just came out of pits on fresh mediums, so there's not much an opportunity there. But we do see Caden on these fresh mediums probably going to go for an attempt here on Zizzer as he goes wide. Tire's not quite warm yet. We should get an overtake done pretty quickly. The Zizzer only on 4-lap old hards, but after this outlap, if Caden bides his time, waits for DRS, he should easily make the pass here. And that's the thing I preach T3. Patience, patience, patience. You have many laps in the race. Don't force a move that's not there. Just wait your turn and you'll get an opportunity to pass. Especially on a track like this. Man, the amount of times I've seen people try to pass at Baku, at the castle section, just obscene passing attempts. It's like, man, there's DRS straights, there's hard braking zones. Get close, get an opportunity, and live to fight another day. Like that. Perfect overtake. 100% getting it done, not making contact. Sure, maybe nothing really overtake in the world, but he did it safely, and now he's into points if he can get a little bit of a gap here. Let's take a look at what penalties are looking like. So we've got several now with some bigger penalties. So luckily, most of the penalties that we see are in the bottom of the pack, so already not point scorers. But we do see Lem with 9 seconds, so that's going to drop him to 3rd place as of right now, assuming Henry and Ryan do not get any more penalties. Yeah, he would stay ahead of Ryan, but he'd still be on the podium. But again, absolutely no chance for a win. Let's see here. Looks like Boss has an opportunity to overtake 7 here. His Lem picks up 12 seconds now, so now he does fall back more than likely to close to 4th place. Staying on track, it's huge. I can't tell you how many points I've scored just because I didn't have time penalties. I said at the beginning of the race, this track is one that is known for having time penalties. Just because to go quickly, you have to push. And it's a narrow track, like right there. He's maybe 3 inches from a penalty, but if you don't, you're gonna fall behind. As Cabrito picks up another one, 16 seconds. I believe it's 49 seconds is disqualification, so everyone here should be safe. We got 8 laps to go. Bala's still up by 0.8 of a second on Lem, but really he's up by 12.4 seconds. So it looks like Lem's going to try to make a move here. Nope. He thought about it. I guarantee it. As Blue Knight leaves the session, he was in 14th place. I hope that it was a disconnect and not just him saying I'm done, because he is not going to get president's points for his team. As the Haas is ghosted. Why is he ghosted? I mean, good for him. It means he's not going to get any wing damage. But, like, you shouldn't be able to do that. Icy, do not pass ghosted cars by driving through them, especially for position. Let's see if Buzz T uses it to his advantage. He has the opportunity to, that is. See a car like that? He goes through it. They're both on relatively fresh mediums. They're going to try to take these last 6 laps. He's going DRS range, he is, but he's not going to get an opportunity to overtake here, I wouldn't think. Although he can, because he doesn't have to worry about crashing into it. That's what I want to see. I want to see if he just sends it and says, I can ghost pass you, like the Martian Manhunter. Show 7, please. Okay. Is he about to pass him? Is he? Is he? How'd the race go in Tier 2, Ago? Actually, don't tell me. No spoilers. I'll watch the recap later. How about you tell me this? Is Bucko's stream any better? Or is this still... Oh, a little slip from Ryan. But he's going to get a good run here. Yep, he's gaining. So now just don't rush it. You're about to get DRS. Ago, tell him to wait for DRS. Seven fell back so far. Oh, he doesn't get to pass Ryan because Ryan goes in the pits with only 5 laps to go. Oh, he couldn't make those mediums last any longer. Well, I guess he's only going to lose one position, so why not? I guess that's not too unwise. It's quite literally the only gap we have. Everyone else is spread out by quite a bit. Where's Ryan going to come out? He should... So he's only going to fall back to 7. So he should be able to pass Notabot, catch up to him. Well, 5 laps. How many seconds behind is he? Ago. Is Bucko's stream? Does it look better now on his new PC? Boss only a... Ooh, who's that just spun out? Oh, back marker. Safety car, maybe? Oh, it was a McLaren. That one. No wing damage. Or was that a second ago? Was that Boss? I think 7 got past Boss as well. Seven trying to hunt down Henry. He doesn't need to make up too much time because Henry has 6 seconds of pens. So right now, 7 is going to get second place. Ooh, as he goes off track. Yeah, because Lem is going to lose 12 seconds and Henry's going to lose 6. So if 7 does not get any time penalties, he is going to get P2. Which after winning last week, or maybe getting second place last week, I think. So 2 P2s in a row. That's going to be really good for him. As Notabot gets close to Ryan, within DRS range, let's see if we can hunt him down. Ryan does have those fresh tires. He should set fastest lap here, you would hope Ryan would. Ryan should finish P6. I don't really see any other reason he wouldn't. Yeah, Ryan's pulling away. And he is going for fastest lap to get that extra point. Yes, he has barely any battery left. As 7 gets past Henry. So now he doesn't have to worry about Henry's penalty, and all he has to worry about is the penalty of Lem, which is going to be easy because it is 12 seconds. And Ryan does not set the fastest lap despite being on softs because he's slow. And we have caution from a kick that these guys will be coming up on as Flyer DJ DNFs. Do we get a last second safety car? We do. This race is going to end on 1 lap of racing as a kick DNFs on lap 32. So we're going to have lap 33, and Bobby gets a drive-through for speeding. He just lost the race. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to look at my daughter. He had the race in the bag. P2 had 12 seconds of penalties. He was 12 seconds ahead of 7 as well. And he speeds in the safety car to pick up the drive-through. And will actually probably still get points because no one else has... No, he won't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So legitimately now, your top 7, because there's going to be 1 lap of racing, your top 7 can be 7 and... I'll just pick up a 10-second penalty. Yeah, okay, all right. Seven, Boss, Icy, Buzz T, Zizzer, Druid, and Flower Boy are your only drivers without penalties. Yeah, we're gonna take a look here. All right. So we have so many penalties. I mean, anyone with even 3 seconds is looking good. These guys with 10, 13, 12 seconds, they're screwed. I mean, there's gonna be 1 lap of racing, 1 lap. So I would have absolutely pit as soon as I came to that safety car, thrown on softs and said, I'm gonna go hard for 1 lap. I'm not gonna get a penalty and I'm gonna win this race. But I don't think we saw anybody pit, which I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't understand because everyone has so many penalties. Maybe some of these guys at the front, but the field is gonna be so bunched up so that your position isn't gonna matter. The only people that this is gonna matter for, as far as actually racing each other goes, is Seven, Boss, Buzz T, Zizzer, and Drew. I don't know if Flower Boy is going to be able to catch up to the field in time for him to capitalize on this. Safety car. Oh, so there's going to be 2 laps of racing. Okay, 2 laps of racing. There's a lot of people that haven't caught up yet. Let's see, has anybody pit for new tires? So yeah, Ryan pit for new tires, Mini C, and Red Panda. So those 2 might have an opportunity. And all these guys that aren't caught up yet, they better do it quick. You know Ryan's going to be trying to make up some time here, because Lem is going to probably not finish in the points. Well, see the gaps, they are still big. All right, here we go. As they pull away, Seven has got to jump. He does not need to race here. As long as Boss isn't past Seven, he wins this race. He just needs to be smart. Oh, as we see contact, or hear contact, I should say. Oh, it was the Mercedes spins. 7 spins. Oh, who did it? Did Lem spin him out? Oh, you've got to be kidding. That's so depressing. He just had to finish. That's all he had to do. He just had to finish ahead of Boss. If Lem crashed him out, Lem is probably going to have some penalties today. Bala needs to pit for his drive-through on this lap, or he is going to be disqualified. Buzz T is moving up here as Zakario gets a 10-second penalty. Don't need to be there. Is Bala gonna pit? Seven still has an opportunity to win this race. No, he has an opportunity for P2 as Lem gets passed by Bala. I just don't understand the fighting. You have so many penalties. Why are you crashing out the race leader with 12 seconds of penalties? It absolutely should not happen. As Seven does get past Henry, he's got P2. Boss should win this race. As Bala does go in for his drive-through. As we start the final lap, Lem getting 12 seconds of penalties is going to plummet down the order. A lot of these guys needed to be able to use that safety car lap to catch up to the back of that safety car, and they just were not able to. Too many mistakes have them fall too far back in the order. As Bala falls back to P8 currently, as he finishes his drive-through. Ryan moves up. He's going to move up to P6 after penalties. Your final standing is probably going to be Boston 7, followed by, who knows, Icy maybe? No. Probably not a bot. No, Icy, not a bot. So this is going to be an absolutely wild finish. The standings are going to be insane. That gap from Buzz T to Zizzer is going to save a lot of people. From P11 down, those guys were not able to catch up to that safety car queue. Otherwise, this probably would have been one of the most outlandish finishes to a race that you can see, as all but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drivers have penalties. As Lem is going to cross the line first, albeit with 12 seconds of penalties. I think more to come if people report him, because he has had contact with quite a few people, and I just don't think that that result's going to stand. So Boss does move to P1. Lem currently second. With 12 seconds of pens, though, he's going to drop as 7 goes 2. Wow. He stays P3 with 12 seconds of fence. Absolutely wild. Bala did not serve his drive-through. I saw him serve his drive-through. We might have to fix that. It appears that your top 10 though are Boss 7, Lem, Icy, Notabot, Ryan, Buzz T, Henry, Caden, Zizzer, and then followed up with 11th place Druid, Bala, and Blue Knight. Mini C, Trey, Red Panda, Acario, Cabrito, and Flower. The last person. So, I hope everyone learned their lesson here. Smart with your pit stops and watch your time penalties, because you could have been the second slowest car on track out there today. And if you just stayed on track, you would have won or been top 3, top 5. Yeah. Lessons learned. Lem, I would not be surprised if you got penalized for some of the driving today. Reminded me of a couple people I've seen before. But we'll keep it unnamed. All right. Well, good job, everybody. That was a very entertaining race. Battles were fun to watch. Fastest lap does go to Ryan. Drive of the day goes to Icy. Most overtakes goes to Notabot and Druid, but the cleanest driver. So nicely done. That's what we like to see from the McLarens. Okay, I need to some pictures here. I'm not sure what we're gonna see come out of that. I expect several stewards reports. Thief, good luck. You're gonna have a lot on your hands. I gotta keep scrolling. There we go. Got them all. But yeah, geez, keep it clean, boys. For the most part, it was. I didn't see like any egregious, just ramming of people. But you gotta know your position on track. So like, if you're 12 seconds down because of penalties, you need to not fight that guy to the point where you can spin 7 out of a win. Just, there's no point. There's no point. You're dropping 12 seconds no matter what. You just race your line and don't squeeze people. Can't have it. Can't have it. All right. Thanks for watching. We'll be back next week with another race. Hope you guys enjoyed. Good job keeping it clean and good quick racing. Way to battle the rain. Good luck, everybody, and I will see you next week.